Hey guys, it's Molly. Welcome or welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all doing well. So today I'm really excited because I'm actually going to my local bookshop and I'm taking you guys with me for the first time. This is going to be like the first time I properly film in public and I'm really nervous. Especially since the bookshop itself is really small. It's not like Waterstones, you know, where you can kind of like hide the fact that you're filming in like a corner somewhere. You know, it's really small and the booksellers can probably see everything, so I'm really nervous. So I probably won't be talking and there probably won't be like too many interesting shots, but yeah, I just thought I'd bring you along just to show you sort of how I shop. I don't know, just to see the bookshop, and then I'm also going to do a little book haul afterwards, so it probably won't be a massively long video. It'll probably only end up being like 10 minutes, but we'll see. Hopefully I can gather up the courage to be a bit more bold in my filming. I don't know. I'm just gonna like do some makeup because my skin's not good today. There, I look a bit more presentable now, a bit more like a living person. But yeah, I'm all ready now, so we'll head over to the bookshop. Okay, so I've had my lunch and I'm back from the bookshop now. That was an experience. I was really self-conscious the entire time because, like I said before, it's a small space and the booksellers can see from the counter. I was trying to be like sneaky with the filming because I didn't really want them to see me. Hopefully I can gain more confidence to film in public in the future, but for now I'm just sticking to sneaky shots and just trying to hide the fact I'm filming from any of the booksellers. But I'm going to do a little book haul of the books I got with you. I got 5. You're probably able to count them, but yeah, I got 5. I was hoping to find some history books on pirates, medieval England and ancient Egypt, but unfortunately they didn't have a big variety. They had no pirate books. They did have a couple of ancient Egypt books, but nothing I was really interested in. And then similar to the medieval England books, nothing I was really interested in. It was sort of niche politics kind of things, like the fall of ancient Egypt and the rise of Rome, and then like Tudor children. I didn't really want a book that was about how children were raised in Tudor times. I just sort of wanted like general history of the time, like just key events, how this age came about, how it ended, that kind of things. Nothing too specific. But I did get some other good books. So first we have The Nutcracker by E.T.A. Hoffmann. Yes, it is another little cloth-bound classic by Penguin, and I really, really love this. So I love The Nutcracker ballet. I also love Swan Lake, especially the Barbie versions. They were key movies in my childhood. But I don't know if any of you know this about me, but when I was younger I actually did dance. I did quite a few different varieties. I did ballet, tap, modern or contemporary, and jazz. So I only really did it as a hobby, like just a local little dance school where most people who went there did it as a hobby. But when I was 8, I actually decided to enter myself into the English Youth Ballet. They were putting on a performance and I got in, which was surprising to me. I was the youngest one there by far. There was only a couple of 8-year-olds and I was the youngest of the lot. And the ballet that we did was The Nutcracker, and we did it for, I think it was 2 or 3 nights. And of course, the night that they're filming it is the one night I mess up in the snowflake dance. But yeah, no, The Nutcracker is just kind of like near and dear to my heart because of obviously Barbie Nutcracker and the ballet that I did. And I just really like the story in general. And I absolutely adore that TikTok that's like, it's like a ballerina and they're doing the Nutcracker on a show. And she's like going around all like the pretty snow fairy ballerinas like, oh, everyone thinks ballet's like this. And then it's like the people in the rat costumes and they're doing all these like funny dances to a mashup of Phantom of the Opera and Pink Pony Club. That is peak TikTok, I think that's the best TikTok will ever be. But yeah, that'll be joining my collection and I do really want to read it in December. Next up we have The Fairy Tellers by Nicholas Jubber. So this is a book about the history of fairy tales, and when I went up to the checkout desk, the bookseller actually recommended it to me, especially the part about the Brothers Grimm. And I just adore fairy and folk tales. I think they're just so interesting and they just tell you a lot about the people and the culture at the time, and a lot of my work in uni was inspired by fairy tales. And I just think this will be a really riveting book for me, just seeing how fairy tales were formed and how they've developed. So yeah, excited for that one. And then I got Witchcraft, A History in 13 Trials by Marion Gibson. Much like fairy tales, folklore, and like myths and legends, I'm also really interested in the history of witchcraft. I love any fiction or non-fiction that deals with the fae and witches. And this book seems like it's going to have some really cool perspectives on these trials that it's going to be talking about. And it's not just from the like initial witch trials and the Salem witch trials, it's from back then to the modern day actually, which I think is really cool, thinking about what constitutes a witch trial in today's society. And it definitely promises to be both fascinating and disturbing. So yeah, another one I'm really excited for. Next up we have The Third Love by Hiromi Kawakami. Honestly, I've only just now realised that it's the same author as A Record of a Night Too Brief that I got in March. Yeah, minus 100 observation there. I've actually been eyeing this book up in the local bookshop for a few months now, and it was on one of my Instagram posts about my anticipated releases. And it's about a woman who's in an unhappy marriage and she sort of learns to live inside her dreams. So it follows her, she adopts all these different sort of lives throughout history, but inside her dreams. And I think the cover is just so gorgeous. Like, I have to show you the full spread. And I know you shouldn't judge a book by its cover, but why else would we have covers? And from Hiromi Kawakami's covers, I think I'm really gonna like her books, and also from the blurbs as well. But yes, I'm so happy I got this. I'm just really mad about this fake sticker. You didn't need this. This could just be like on the back with the reviews. You didn't need a sticker. Fake sticker. And last but not least, we have Heroes and Villains, Poems About Legends by Anna Sampson and illustrated by Chris Rydell. I'm gonna go Rydell. But yeah, again, this is feeding into my love of all things like myth, legend, fairy tale, folklore, and I've been wanting to get into poetry more, and what better way to do that than to get a book of poems about stories I already know and love. I will tell you right now, every page is illustrated. Every page, like, look at this. And I think Chris Rydell's style is just, it's made for stuff like this. It's made for poetry, it's made for folklore, mythology and all that. Like, it's made for fantasy. Yeah, like, it's like, it just reminds me of, like, I just feel like Chris Rydell's style would be perfect in something like Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies. Like, if we actually got her encyclopedia, or like say the Spiderwick Chronicles, like the actual books about information about the Fae, then these would be the kinds of illustrations in them, probably with watercolors alongside them. But yeah, definitely the way he draws with pencil is just gorgeous, and just a perfect choice for this book. Like, yes, Chris Rydell, he understood the assignment. I'm telling you that right now. But yeah, that is my little book haul from the trip to the bookshop, and I hope you enjoyed the very short amount of footage I have of me actually shopping. Maybe next time I'll go to Waterstones and actually have a bit more footage of me trying to choose books. But yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and if you made it this far, then please comment a dragon for all the mythology, legends, folklore and fairy tale books I've got today. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Sweet dreams!